So hello and welcome back to another episode of Scenes 4. Today I'm out for an autumn drive in the little Nissan Figaro, and I don't drive this car very often. The most of my driving is moving this car from inside the barn to outside the barn and vice versa. So today we're out for a little drive. And like my other two videos on my R107SL, my SLK, haven't really got a plan for today's video. Just wanted to come out and we'll have a little bit of drive. I need to take this car out for a drive, and yeah, we'll have a little bit of a chat about it as well. So we bought the Figaro earlier this year. I forget when it was, in March, April time. I just happened to sort of stumble across it at a local car auction, same car I bought my Alpha from, Leominster Car Auctions, which is just outside Leominster actually. It's not quite in Leominster, and it is just a general car auction. They hold an auction every week on a Thursday night from 6 o'clock. So it's an odd choice to see a car like this, but occasionally you do see some sort of interesting cars going through. I think this car did need a little bit of help. It needs a little bit of love, which we've started to do. We can't do everything. It does need maybe a little bit of bodywork at some point. Interior needs a little bit of work, but we've started to do a few little cosmetic things. We also dropped it off a big service as well, cam belt change. So the local garage have been quite busy with this car, to be honest. It's gone for an MOT, which is okay. It failed the first time on a few little bits, which is okay. That's fine. That's what we wanted to put it through for an MOT for. And yeah, they got it back through about a week later. And yeah, we've done a few little bits of this car. We've been out and about using this car a little bit. The biggest trip this car's done is over to the Stratford Festival of Motoring over in Stratford-on-Avon. Really good. I was in my SLK, so I can't really speak to how this car does a long journey, but we'll come on to how this car drives in a little bit. But yes, I think my partner's quite happy with the Figaro. It's totally different to a daily C-Class. Very different. She had a lot of diesel cars over the last sort of 10 years. So I do keep having to remind, if you ever fill it up, don't fill it with diesel. This does not like diesel. You know, and also you do have to put E5 in this. So usually when we go and fill up, I'll probably help her out a little bit, or we might be out together when she go and fill up. We've still got about 3/4 tank we've got to use up before we get to winter. So yeah, we'll see anyway. But how does this car drive anyway? Well, it's an interesting drive. I mean, it's probably quite good by 1991 standards. I haven't really got anything to compare this car by. Obviously, I've got my 107SL, which is a fantastic cruiser. This isn't a fantastic cruiser. I've got my 170 SLK, which is a bit more of a sporty car. This I wouldn't say is a sports car. And I sort of wonder, what is this car? What's its sort of USP? And I don't know if necessarily the way it drives, because it is a Nissan Micra underneath, which it's a reliable car. You know, it's a good platform to base on. Certainly worse cars you could have them drive around in. But I think where this car really excels and where this car's USP is obviously the styling. I mean, this interior is lovely. It's a lovely place to sit. You got this sort of fake Baker-like steering wheel, the full leather seats with nice piping on them. It is just a very nice place to be, and I think that's where this car does excel in. And out of all the cars that we have, this is the one that gets the most amounts of attention. Every time we go out, it always gets people looking. People have taken pictures of this car just when we're driving around. So it always gets a lot more attention. I think the next car probably would be the SL, gets a lot of attention. The other thing driving this car, you get the sense of how small this car is. I mean, I used to have an Abarth 500C, and that always felt quite small, but this feels even smaller. You compare this to my 107SL, which is again a very different car. It's hard to compare it to, but that's a lot bigger car, and it does feel like it has a fantastic presence on the road, whereas this doesn't really have that same level of presence. So is the Figaro sort of my cup of tea? Probably not. It's not a car I'd want to probably own myself, but I don't want to take anything away from it. I completely get why people own this car. It is just bursting full of character and charm, and those are the two words I would really summarise this car. I think the perfect summarisation of this car. So I do enjoy driving this car occasionally, getting a little bit of a blast. It is quite entertaining to drive, to be fair to it. It's also got 75 horsepower. It isn't a lot when you tackle these hills. It's sketchy there, but when we convoy, you almost have the SL or the SLK out, and a partner will normally be behind me following this car. And yeah, sometimes I do have to remember she hasn't quite got the power that I've got, which is quite entertaining, to be fair. It makes a little drive, little road trip more entertaining, to be completely honest. So we've got a little pheasant in the road. We're nearly as big as a pheasant, so I don't know how well we'd come off if we hit a pheasant, to be honest. So anyway, hope you've enjoyed it. It's a little bit of a drive, a little bit of a ramble, or looking at the Figaro. Let me know if you'd like to see more of the Figaro on the channel. I know my partner's happy for it to be featured on there. Normally I feature obviously my free Mercs, but it's also nice to show you something a little bit different. I know there are a few people subscribed to the channel because of this car, so I want to try and keep everybody happy, to be honest. But yeah, anyway, let me know in the comment below. So we'll wrap up the video there. Let me know if you have any questions about this car. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel to see more. We'll get that all over and done with. And it will be goodbye from me, goodbye from the little Figaro, and we'll see you again very soon. Goodbye. So now we've stopped, so I actually shall show you the best feature on the Figaro, and the feature puts the biggest smile on my face, and that is the horn. It just suits this car so very much. It's just so charming.